we're constantly working on ourselves, constantly
100%.
trying to learn and to do better. And
Right.
I'm so curious your thoughts on how we live in this life, how it might affect us later on or in another. Like, what are your thoughts post this physical body?
In this dimension.
In this dimension where the three of us are here today at Gotham Podcast Studio, what happens beyond?
Yeah. Wow. So many mysteries.
That's a hard question.
But I feel like you know the answer.
How can we even begin to understand a fraction
Right.
of a fraction of a fraction of any of those mysteries?
Yeah.
And what happens to us after this life is one of those intriguing mysteries, isn't it? But I do know one thing. It's like what's happening in this life.
Right.
And it seems to me that what we do in this life must have some connection, because what we do 1 minute has a connection to what happens the next minute. So
Yeah.
why would it cease?
Right.
Time keeps going.
Hmm.
So unless we are out of time and out of space. And let's figure that one out when we get there.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? But right now we live in this relative world and
Yeah.
this relative dimension where there's a me and there's a you and there's a you and there's our viewers. We can't see them, but we assume they're there.
We feel them in our hearts.
We do.
Yeah. We do.
I've-
And in
So
the
you know.
views. And in the views.
Yeah. So what I have learned is that how we treat others will determine how others treat us.
Right.
How others treat us will determine how we see ourselves.
Mm.
And how we see ourselves will ultimately determine
who we
who
really
we are.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter if somebody tells you you're already an enlightened being.
Right.
You know, you're the most beautiful person in the world. Unless we believe it ourselves,
Yeah.
it's like, that's very nice, thank you.
right.
Right?
Right.
But so how do we start? We start with the first part of the equation. How we treat others will determine how others treat us. So treat others as you ultimately
treated.
want to be seen
Yeah.
by yourself.
Right. It sounds so
So-
simple, yet people have a really hard time doing that. And I think you, yet again, you nailed it. Like, there's a lot of
I
lack
disagree.
of self-love.
I have pushback on
Really?
that a little bit.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Because you look at people that are super wealthy, super rich, that seem to have it all, that eat animals and that treat others like absolute garbage.
Okay.
And they have so many good things coming to them.
But they're
How-
miserable inside.
Maybe.
1,000%.
Okay. Maybe you're
not.
right.
Maybe not.
I
though.
don't know.
I guess maybe not.
But how is that then possible with that
Right.
being said?
Okay. Look, once again, I don't have all these like cosmic
You
answers to the
don't?
cosmic
What the?
questions.
Get the heck out of here.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
But it seems to me that they must have done some good things.
And they
they're
they forgot
reaping-
who they are.
They're reaping the benefits of those good things that they have probably done in a previous life.
Okay.
And just like a lot of us, when something good happens to us, sometimes we forget to share the
Right.
goodness.
That's true.
It's like, oh wow, finally something good for me.
Right.
And
We hold on to it. I
hold on
deserve
to it.
this.
I
and-
deserve this.
Right, right.
I've been through so much.
Right.
Okay, but what if when something good happens to us, we realize or remember it's because of a past karma that's just
Coming
bearing
back.
fruit right now, and we better keep putting money
The
in our
seeds
bank
back.
account,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and not
Right.
because yoga teaches that any good thing that happens to us is expensive, meaning
comes
it-
at a cost.
it costs a lot of good karma. So
Okay.
what you do is, if something good happens to you, keep doing
Good.
nice things
Right.
to others. Keep, sharing the love.
Right. Right.
And so that person or those people that you're theoretically using as examples who are wealthy and things just, are coming to them and all of that. Well, let's see how long it lasts.
Mm-hmm. And I think, when people probably clicked on this episode, they're thinking, yoga, exercise, what in the world does this have to do with eating animals?
Yeah.
And in conclusion,
yes.
just so you know,
yes.
what are you going to say?
It has
everything.
Everything to do with finding peace, love, and joy and spreading that to others.
Right.
And that is what yoga is.
Practicing yoga is coming, as Jamie said, from a compassionate place. And so as vegan activists, yes, it's essential that we're motivated because we have compassion for the animals.
Right.
But can we also have compassion for the person eating animals, for the person abusing animals? That is the real challenge. But if we can remember that that person who is eating animals, in just a blink of an eye, they're going to become an animal in a factory farm.
Ooh.
That's where they're going.
It is.
Because that's the kind of karma they are involved in.
I often wonder if
hell
I was
realm.
also
Yeah,
a
it's
factory
hell realm.
animal in my past life, which is why I'm so passionate about them. I'm like, was I an abused animal and I came back and I was fighting my way to remember that, to tell everybody to stop doing that to them.
Yes. And I hope that our viewers don't take away from this talk that we've been having an idea that karma will mean that, it's the animal's karma then that they're
A lot of people say that to me. They're like, Justina, it's okay. Maybe this animal was an abuser in the past. And I'm like,
and that they were a terrible person.
Right.
And so now they're getting retribution.
Right.
They're ending up like that. You know what? Maybe not. Who are we to judge that? We don't know.
right.
But
It doesn't excuse it.
the more important question that we have to train ourselves to always ask ourselves, what are we going to do about it now?
Right.
How are we going to relate to that animal?